All right, welcome back, guys. We're on day 3. I'm very, very happy because even though it's technically day 3, we haven't quite hit the 48-hour mark. And so technically it's only been 2 days and we were able to get our first 60 in 2 days. We got Tholen up to level 60 last night. And man, listen. So I proved to myself how fast I could get a 60. That was like my first goal, because normally when I'm playing most accounts and I'm not really grinding that hard and I'm not, pushing myself, it takes about 4 or 5 days to get a 60. And with the account, I wanted to check to see, or with this new account, I wanted to check to see how fast could I get a 60. Well, there you have it, 2 days. You know what I mean? So the funny part is, though, we spent a lot. It's kind of that scene from Avengers.
Did you do it?
Yes.
What did it cost?
Everything.
Because as you can see here, we are completely tapped out. We have almost no brews. And we've been doing a little bit of grinding, but beforehand we were at like 0 mystery shards. It was so bad, and I was so obsessed, hyper fixated on getting Tholen to 60. I was jumping in the market, buying any champions I could. Any in these first 6 slots, I saw a rare or a common or an uncommon, I snapped them up immediately. So we got the 60, but hopefully we didn't set ourselves back. I don't think we set ourselves back too badly, if I'm being honest. We're talking about brews and mystery shards, something that over the course of a lifetime you'll spend thousands and thousands and thousands of. So I'm not really all that worried about it. One thing I did think was interesting is I'd noticed, and I don't know if I ever had this on one of my other accounts that I made, was we actually have a 2 times chance for epics and legendaries on voids. Now, we did say that we didn't need to pull anybody, and I don't think we do, but there's a bit of me that's getting that itch in my brain. You know what I mean? For any of you guys who ever watch any of the classic animes growing up, from the 90s, I think of like that scene from Akira, where he's got his head in his hand, he's like,
Leave me alone!
So I don't know if we're gonna pull the void shards. I really know, but I kind of want to. Oh, I want to so badly. Outside of that, not really much to tell, and I think this will be the last day that we actually do like a day-to-day process, because this is kind of where progression slows down, right? After getting your first 60, what should you focus on? Getting another 60, right? So I don't know if you guys want a day-to-day coverage of me grinding campaign to level up other characters. Who we're going to level, I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of tied between Pelops and either Ugo or Venomage. Traditional wisdom tells me that it should probably be Ugo. I know there are some people like Cobb. I watch a lot of his content. I absolutely love Cobb. Think he's great. He normally says that you should max a second attacker, and I actually don't think he's correct in this one. You know what I mean? I think Venomage can do their job without being level 60, because mostly what we're looking to use Venomage for is heal reduction, poisons, and decrease attack and defense. And they can do that job no problem all the way, you know what I mean, through a lot of higher dungeon tiers at level 50, no problem. To be fair, Ugo can do that too. The real reason we want to bring Pelops to 60 is because this ability right here, this magma shield, has been so clutch for us in so many settings, dungeons, arena. It's so funny. I just grabbed a spirit host and I threw her in as my speed lead. 10%, not a huge boost, but it does help us nab first turn in most arena matches. And honestly, this magma shield has been, it's basically the magma shield paired with Tholin's ridiculous AoE damage has made it so that we can win a lot of our arena tournaments, or not tournaments, but matches in general. And the only time we lose is when we're against another Pelops and they're ascended, because that HP burn, petrification is absolutely nutty in arena, at least in low levels. In high levels, probably, it still might be actually, but I don't see Pelops in high end arena, so I couldn't tell you. Also, this A2, it's so funny because if you're in a Pelops mirror match and you do see a lot of Pelops in lower arena, if you're going faster, you buff yourself, the enemy Pelops buffs himself, then you get your turn back and you A2 the enemy Pelops and you steal all of the stuff off of him and stun him for 2 turns. So going faster than an enemy Pelops, and just the 2-turn stun, like 2-turn stun is devastating in arena. You know what I mean? So yeah. The fact that the magma shield is based off of his HP, his max HP, and the HP difference between a level 50 and a level 60 is massive. It's like 25 extra, like 25%, I think. Because Pelops right now is 14, about 15k. And how much is he? Let's just check real quick. At level 60, this is fully starred though. But we imagine it's probably about 2,000. So you're getting like an extra 25% max health. And at that point, we probably would stick the shield set on somebody else. I imagine moving forward, our shield set would probably go on Ugo. Like I said, it's a bit of a non-combo, but the shield set does help us get through higher waves where we don't have much enemy wave control. And so they do eventually take turns, and having that shield set to soak up those early hits really does help us get through the waves. Even if it doesn't pair super well with Pelops. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's going to be a tough one that we're going to have to consider. But I know that the shield set forever will not stay on Pelops because it just doesn't synergize well with his kit. And once we get him booked, I'm going to work on getting his masteries too. We've gotten a couple because of the Arbiter missions asking us to go to Minotaur's Lair. Yeah, once we get him fully leveled, get him some Ascension stars, masteries, man, it's so bad. It's so bad because you shouldn't do that many legendaries early on. You just don't get the books for them. But I actually think that maybe we should, because Pelops is the clear victor when it comes to who should get our books. Tholin is basically doing his job without books. And I think he will be for a while. Pelops is kind of doing his job without books, but just would be doing his job so much better with books. So I think, man, that's tough. That's tough. It honestly, truthfully, maybe not make a huge deal by the end of the month. Because of course, as we said before, we have the no Plarium. We do have the Guardian Ring running, and we have been collecting it every single day. So, we have been collecting it every single day, but we've had this running in like blue stacks and stuff. So we have been able to maximize our efficiency with the Guardian Ring. So, you know, these guys are cooking away. And then once they hit 3-star, we're going to max them out. Those will be our 4-star chickens. So I imagine in a day or two, we'll get those to 4-star, and then we'll try to keep that cycle going of having 4 stars sitting in the Guardian Ring, so that by the end of the month, we'll have 3 extra level 60s. And doing that, it might not matter who we max right now. Because I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull off the gas a little bit. And now we're just going to put our nose to the grindstone and just worry about maxing a full team of 60s. So I think that's probably what we're gonna do. We also just unlocked Chimera. Oh, let's pick up our Demon Lord for today. We are able to one key easy, guys. So we're on the up and up. I mean, I guess this could be this unironically early on could be a decent piece if we want to turn Pelops into a nuker. HP percentage, accuracy, crit damage, crit rate, and attack. Well, no, we don't want attack percentage. What am I talking about? Come on, Titus, get your head on straight. HP with HP percentage. Early on, we're gonna keep a lot of this gear and then we'll gear cleanse. I did a gear cleanse on the main account during the gear enhancement. Oh my god, dude. My biggest problem with gear is that I'm just a hoarder. I was raised by hoarders, and my grandmother, very old school immigrant type of woman, never threw out. She would save the plastic containers from Chinese takeout because you just never know when you're going to need it for your own lunch or something, right? So a lot of that started to infect my brain to where now I find myself hoarding, and I'm like, I'm never going to use this for anything, but you know, what if I need a container for buttons? Now I have a bunch of plastic containers sitting around just doing nothing. But we unlock Chimera, so let's see what we can do. What do we want? We probably want this, these two. I mean, who am I kidding? We basically just want our best squad. These guys all have gear except for Ugo. Ugo doesn't have any gear. You know what? We're gonna set it on auto. We're just gonna let it run and see what happens. Huh? So we might do a little bit of a time skip to where, to where it ends. But considering that hit, we might be back pretty soon. Well, there you have it. 105K. As soon as we hit ram form, everyone died. Actually, everyone died pretty much immediately. Pelops died, and then Tholen died to ram form. So we're just going to keep the result because day 2 I don't know why. This is so funny to me. I don't know why they give you Chimera and Hydra so early. Level 45. I mean, we're 36, and if we keep grinding as hard as we have been, we'll hit 45 in no time. That is way too early to get your hands on Chimera and Hydra. Clan boss is fine because you can reasonably start with easy, 1 key easy, and maybe you like 2 key normal. You can kind of progress through clan boss just fine. You get it at the perfect time, pretty much. And Chimera and Hydra, that's a different beast altogether. All right, so we spent that whole 45 seconds debating with ourselves whether or not we wanted to open those void shards, and you know what? We do, because we're probably not going to be doing any fusions anytime soon, and sometimes you got to treat yourself. So we have a progressive chance. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really want any of these champions, although this Pontiff Augustin looks like he can be fun in arena. Places an increased accuracy and intercept, and then a turn meter fill, and then grants himself an extra turn, puts the ensnare and the block debuff, and he ignores block debuffs. Block active skills on the A1 with a 100% chance to land. Maybe, I mean, if we're being honest, we actually don't want any of these. I mean, maybe Ursiga could be good early on. Right, she places a lot of debuffs that are specifically targeted for certain enemies. Ally protection, places strengthen on herself, decrease the damage all allies receive from criticals by 30%, but she will receive them. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. If we got a if we somehow got a void legendary in our first 3 shard pulls, what are the odds? I don't know. Maybe I'd go buy a lottery ticket afterwards, but maybe not, because obviously our luck has all been spent. But truthfully, I don't think I want any of those champions, but I'm gonna lock in Ursiga. Why not? So let's get our first pull, and our first pull is Painsmith. I see a lot of people talk very highly about Painsmith. I'm guessing it's because of the block revive, block debuffs on this if this attack kills an enemy. I'm guessing it's the block revive. And oh, the A3 is supposed to smack, right? I don't know. I guess he's probably not going to really do anything for the account. But hey, don't be a hand. Bloat Wraith. Hey, we got ourselves a 3-star chicken. Now, we have been saving all of our rares because another thing that really helps the early account is, and we got an ox. Yeah, so we pretty much got nothing like we thought we were going to get. But it does feel nice to pull some gems every once in a while. And of course, if you're free to play and you're going to pull your gems, pulling them either during a fusion or during a 2x event is the time to pull them. Just keep in mind that you probably won't get much. Now, even saving all of our rares, we got a bunch of fusion components from grinding the campaign, and we pulled like this guy and this guy because we've been pulling so many mystery shards. We probably pulled like 200-300 in the last 2-3 days. So, the last 2 days, but yeah, we haven't really done anything with our rares, but we've been keeping all of them because what'll really help the account early on is faction wars, right? Getting a lot of perception gear early on is always good. So we have been saving every rare we get. There hasn't been very many. But I guess considering we haven't pulled an ancient shard, we've just gotten all of these from mystery shards. I guess that's not too bad. So yeah, we're probably not going to do any more daily uploads, although I don't even know if these are going to be daily. Like I said, my schedule is so messed up with the surgery and all that stuff and the recovery. Sometimes I'm just incoherent and I'm just not able to function as a human being. So these were consecutive days for me. They might not be consecutive days for you on YouTube. But anyway, if you're here hanging out with me, I really do appreciate that. If you want to help me out, simply dropping a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. All that stuff really helps me with the algorithm, gets me in there competing with the 50 million other people trying to do raid content. And I appreciate everybody who does it. So anyway, guys, that's been all for me. I've been Titus. And until next time, I'll see you.